if you want to jump higher, you're in the right spot. You can literally follow this workout. I show every single set and rep. And if you do this in conjunction with jumping 1 to 2 times per week until your legs fall off, and then about once a month, do half the sets and reps, and including the jump session, you're probably going to jump a lot higher, specifically if you are a beginner. The style of training I am doing here is high volume training. The whole objective is to increase my work capacity. Work capacity meaning how much training can my body handle without getting hurt. And I also want to increase the cross-sectional area in sport-specific muscles. For us, that's the quads, the hips, the calves, the traps, your upper back. If you increase how big those muscles are, they're going to have more potential for producing force. And because your body is a pretty heavy mass, the more force you can generate, the higher, or it'll correlate to you jumping higher. Okay, so that's why we're training with such high reps. Traditionally, when you hear about jump training, you want to do low reps at higher intensities, which is good and it is specific, but you'll get hurt if you don't do the style of training I'm doing here. Now, the beginning of the workout, I started with some power cleans, 6 sets of 3, working up to a triple, trying not to catch low. Why am I trying not to catch low? Well, for you, it might not matter, but there is this principle called individuality. Everybody responds differently. Everybody has different injuries and things that are affecting their quality of training. For me, I actually pulled my quad 9 days ago. Luckily, it was probably just a grade 1 sprain, maybe a grade 2 or somewhere in between the two. And because I am young, muscle pulls can heal pretty quickly, especially if you're not being stupid and flaring it up again. Having said that, velocity is one of the big things that increases your risk for a muscle pull. So a power clean is pretty high velocity. So we're trying to stay outside of those deep ranges of motion in conjunction with velocity. But something that's really cool, as you can see here, I have 225 pounds on the bar. I was able to work up to a pretty heavy weight, which was pretty surprising for me. And it makes me really, really happy because I haven't lost a lot of strength. I think it's because I still trained even though I was hurt these last 9 days, which brings me to a very important point. If you are, right here is 265, by the way, moving as easy as it's ever moved. But a really important point, if you're ever dealing with an injury, you need to still train, okay? So the worst injury I ever had, I tore my T-band back in early 2023. This was February 2023. I was able to go from a torn T-band to the highest jump of my life when I tested a world record 50.5 inches the next year. It was literally a year, I believe 13 months. So I went from the worst injury, not even be able to train. I couldn't even do 10 pounds on a leg extension machine to the highest jump of my life, okay? And that is one of the biggest lessons. And the reason I'm super injury prone. I've always been very injury prone ever since I was in middle school. But the reason I was able to get to the point where I'm at, and with dunking, that's rare. I've seen way more talented guys quit dunking, way more resilient athletes, guys who have naturally stronger backs and tendons and stuff, quit dunking only 2 or 3 years in because of injuries. And the reason I've gotten to the point where I'm at is because I never stop training. There's always something that you can do in the weight room, regardless of what injury you have, whether it's back injury or ankles, whatever it is, you can always do something. And, I got hurt 9 days ago, but I still showed up in the gym, still RDL'd heavy. I still did my calf raises, my hip thrusts. As soon as I was able to, I started loading light and slow in terms of quad movements. And yeah, so having said that, you can see here I'm using this nifty little contraption. It's called a belt squat machine. It's specifically the Rogue Rhino belt squat. And I love this machine. Right here I'm doing 235 pounds. The workout was 5 sets of 10, last 2 at 70%. 2 days before I tore my quad or pulled my quad, I actually maxed this machine out, or tested my max on this machine. And for reference, I can deep squat around 425 pounds. My front squat is 385 pounds. Those are both ass to grass. I was only able to do 335 pounds. I have 235 pounds here for 10. And look at me. I'm suffering. I was literally on all fours, just about to pass out and puke because of this exercise with only 235. I can do 315 for 10 reps, ass to grass. So this machine is very difficult. And the reason I got it is because I was getting so strong that the load on my back was too much. I kept flaring on my back. And front squats weren't a good alternative because my front rack was the limiter and not my legs. With this, I am loading up super heavy. So that checks one box. I'm able to squat deep, which checks off another box. And I forgot what the third, what the third box. I can load it heavy. I can squat deep and nothing hurts. And I can literally just push intensity, go as hard as I want. And it was one of the craziest quad burns of my life. It was actually insane. Finished out the workout with some accessories. At this point in the lift, I was throttled. Like, I was so freaking tired. And it's a reminder every single time I do high volume cycles on why they're so effective. You just get so freaking fit. Your fitness goes up by so much by doing high volume training. You become mentally more resilient from doing high volume training. Your muscles get bigger. You get healthier. You're able to jump without getting hurt, and they just always help so much. High volume training, and it's crazy because I used to never do high volume training. They actually weren't really a big part of THP until I want to say 2022 was the first time I did this style of training, and it's always helped so much. It is the boring stuff though. Like it's not fun, right? It's usually high reps. You're not doing very explosive movements. So it can get really boring, but if you can get through this style of training, man, you will become a freak athlete. This was my last set. The safety bar, I'm using that so I can balance on my legs and go on one leg. And I believe the safety bar is 55 pounds. So I worked up to 155 pounds on a single leg. Finished the workout with some RDLs, working up to 355. This was, by the way, when I'm doing this training, I am literally in my head. There's a little person inside of me saying, cut it right here. You've done enough. You can just do 2 sets of 5. That's it. You don't have to do the full 5 sets of 5 or whatever it was that I was supposed to do. Like there's that voice in my head is always there telling me that, but it's good training and mental resilience because I told that voice shut up and I kept doing the workouts. By the way, big announcement. There is a massive Black Friday sale going on at THP. So go to THPstrength.com or click the link in the description and check it out. This is literally the cheapest THP is ever going to be. We've already done one price increase. So if you're trying to get it before the price goes up again, take action now. All right, guys. And specifically, if you're going to sign up for the 6 and 12 month plan until Black Friday, we're going to leave that price the way it is. You can literally get, if you buy the year plan, you can get it for half off versus if you were to buy it monthly if you wait after Black Friday. So take advantage, upgrade to 6 and 12 month if you haven't. And please like the video. It helps you out a lot. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.